My name is Brie. Thank you for coming, trying this video, trying some yoga, giving yourself some time to move, feel good, rest. So this class is going to be more about rest, more about just feeling good. So anytime during this class, if I lead you somewhere that doesn't feel good or you feel yourself pushing, straining, holding your breath, bring yourself back into that space where you're just doing this to help your body, help your mind. So today, let's start in a child's pose, if that's all right with you. So child's pose, knees out wide, big toes touching, and then you could just allow your heart to fall down to the mat. If you'd like, you can grab a pillow or a block, a bolster, a blanket, and maybe place it underneath. Make it more restful if you'd like. Wherever you're at, just settle in, bringing your hips closer to your heels, allowing your heart to fall closer to the ground or to whatever's supporting you. Maybe close down your eyes here and take a deep breath in. Open mouth, exhale. One more just like that. Full deep breath in. Fill up into your lower back. Open mouth, let it go. Now you can reseal your lips. Come back to your natural breath without trying to change it yet. And here, just begin to notice. Notice what comes up. Notice where your mind is. Notice the sensations in your body. Maybe you're tight some places. Maybe you're getting a little bit deeper, closer to the floor than usual. Without having any attachment to these things, just noticing. It's only once we can notice these feelings that we can begin to do anything about them, that we can begin to move past them. Maybe it's thoughts that have been intrusive in our minds lately. Maybe it's pain in our bodies that we haven't yet addressed. And now just bring your attention to your breath without changing it yet. Noticing, are you breathing in through your nose or your mouth? As you breathe in, where are you sending that breath down into your body? Do you feel it in your lower belly, in your back, in your heart space? Maybe your shoulders are lifting up towards your ears. And as you exhale, where do you feel yourself relax, fall? What muscles do you feel engaged? Noticing the temperature of the air as you breathe in and it enters into your nose. And the temperature on the way out, does it change? Maybe it's a bit warmer. What is the quality of your breath? Smooth or choppy, deep or shallow. And now you can slowly begin to deepen your breath. Inhaling, sending it down into your lower back. Ribs expand to the sides. Heart and back of your upper back rises. Exhaling, dropping your heart closer to the ground. Just pulling in your ribs, squeezing your belly, letting go of all of that air. Full inhales, filling up down into the bottom of your lungs all the way to the top. Exhaling, top all the way down into the bottom, squeezing your belly, squeezing that last bit of air out. Continue just like this with these deep, full rounds of breath. Maybe starting your ujjayi breath if you'd like, constricting the back of your throat, making that sound like you're fogging up a mirror in front of you with your lips sealed. If you have something underneath you, we're just going to remove that now and come back down into our child's pose. Maybe bring your head left and right, massaging your forehead on the ground. One more round of breath. Full inhale. Full exhale. We're going to slowly lift our hips up off of our heels, keeping your elbows close to the mat. Keep your heart close to the mat. Rolling your heart forward And coming up, lifting your heart, straightening your arms, finding that upward facing dog, cobra. Maybe look over that right shoulder, over the left. We'll take one deep breath in here. And breathe out, pressing yourself back down into your child's pose. Moving with our breath. Inhale, sweep it forward. And exhale, press it back. Inhale, bring it forward. Maybe lift your feet up, keeping your toes connected. And exhale, pressing it back. If your knees are hurting, place a blanket underneath them. Just one more time. Inhale. And exhale. We'll come back up into our tabletop. So your knees are aligned underneath your hips. Your wrists are aligned underneath your shoulders. Let's begin with that connection with our fingertips. Really spread out your fingers like a starfish. Pressing your fingertips down into the mat. We'll inhale, drop your belly down, lift your tailbone, lift your gaze, feeling that stretch in your core. Inhale. And exhale to round. Pressing your hands into the ground. Shoulder blades come apart. Reverse on your inhale. Pull your heart through your arms. Pull your hands backwards. And exhale, reverse. Moving with your inhales and your exhales. You can continue like this, maybe with your eyes closed. Or start any other movement, shifting your hips side to side. Finding circles in your spine like a cement roller. Bringing your hips back towards your heels. You're at home. Nobody's watching. Or maybe somebody is. That's alright. But you can make this look weird. You don't have to worry about what it looks like or what it's supposed to look like. Just worry about how it feels in your body, warming up your spine. Using your breath to get deeper into each posture. One more full round of breath. Coming back through center with a neutral spine. Keeping your weight in your hands, we're going to bring our weight into that left knee, and our right leg is going to come straight back behind us. You could find some circles with your toes, rolling out your ankles, go both ways. And then we're going to bend that knee, bringing it down close to the other one, and just find some circles. Big or small, fast or slow, just getting some movement into that hip joint. Go the other way, make sure you reverse your circle, getting some balance. And we're going to re-extend that leg straight back behind you, flex your toes, and we're going to bend that knee, the bottom of your foot stamping towards the ceiling. You can stay here, or maybe reach your left fingers forward. We're going to sweep that left hand back behind us, maybe reaching for the inside of that foot. Stay here, press that right hand into the ground, shoulder comes away, and kick that foot into the left hand, opening up that left shoulder. If you're trembling, it's okay. One more inhale. And without slingshotting, slowly release, re-extend the leg and the arm. Exhale, release, hand down, knee down. One round of breath, cat-cow. Inhale, drop your belly. And exhale, rounding your spine. Back to neutral. Working over for the other side. Weight comes into your right knee. Left leg straight back behind you. Roll those toes out, feeling the massage in your ankle. Both ways. And then we'll bend that knee, finding those circles on this side. Reverse, go the other way. Make sure you're still breathing. Re-extending that leg. Flex those toes, bend your knee, foot stamps towards the ceiling. Option to stay here or reach your right fingers forward. Anywhere along this, you can stop, keep your balance, breathe. Maybe sweep that hand back, inside of that foot, grabbing your foot, kick into that hand, opening up. Notice where you feel the stretch here. One more inhale. And we'll slowly release. Re-extend. And bring your hand down, knee down. One round of cat-cow. Inhale, drop your belly, lift your gaze. And exhale to reverse, curling from tailbone up into your neck. Coming back through neutral. We're going to tuck our toes under, sitting your hips back onto your heels, walk your hands back. You can stay here if you like. Maybe walk your hands up, stacking your shoulders over your hips. Reach back, make sure that your pinky toe is getting that stretch too. You can control how much pressure you put on your feet, how long you stay here. You always have the option to take rest. You don't have to stay here the whole time. You're never stuck. Drop your shoulders away from your ears, relaxing your shoulders down. Notice your jaw. Is it tight and clenched? Notice the muscles around your eyes. Where can you soften? We have 3 more full rounds of breath. Breathe slowly and fully. One more. Slowly release your hands back to the ground. Walk them forward, untuck your toes, and we'll tap our feet on the mat. When you're ready, we're going to stay on our hands and knees. Walk your hands forward, a palm print out in front of your shoulders. Keeping your elbows into your body, reach your shoulders forward over your fingertips, and we'll slowly lower down all the way onto the ground. Once you're here, you can bring your hands out to the sides, maybe rest your left cheek on the mat. And we're going to find our half frog. So our right knee is going to come out to the side. Knee comes directly out from your hip, your ankle directly down from your knee. And you can walk that knee out a little bit more to the right. If you'd like a little bit of weight placed on that hip, you can grab a blanket, a pillow, whatever you have near you, and just place it on that hip. And you can stay here, one side of your face rested on the ground, maybe arms cactus or straight out, or maybe find your Sphinx. Elbows are underneath your shoulders. Palms come directly out from your elbows. Pressing your hands into the ground, you're going to pull your elbows back, pulling your heart forward, shoulders down away from your ears, pressing your elbows into the ground. Your gaze can be down out in front of your fingers, maybe straight out. Wherever you're at, make sure that you can breathe, make sure that you're comfortable. The purpose of yoga, the reason that you came for this video is to make your body feel better. Reconnect to that intention. Listen to your body. One more round of breath on this side. When you're ready, we'll slowly lower back down, removing that blanket if you had one. Replace your right knee back to your left. We're going to bring our hands, stack them down, and press your forehead on top of your stacked hands. Shift your hips side to side. And then we're going to bring our left knee out to the side. Setting up for the same thing on the other side again if you'd like something on it. Place it over now. And again, you can stay here. Maybe you keep your forehead on stacked hands. Maybe you bring your hands out to the sides. Or if it felt good to find that Sphinx, you could find it now. Again, if you're in Sphinx, notice all of the connections to the earth. Your palms on the ground, your elbows down into your mat, pressing your shoulders down, pulling your elbows back, and your heart pulls forward. Is the back of your neck nice and long? Are you looking up, compressing the back of your neck? Can you make it a little bit longer by tucking down your chin? 2 more rounds of breath here. In your own time, once you're finished with those breaths, bring your chest back down to the ground. Stack your palms, placing your forehead back on them, and we'll bring our right knee back to meet, our left knee back to meet our right. Removing that blanket if you had it. Bending your knees, feet towards the ceiling, and windshield wiper your feet back and forth. We're placing your feet back down behind you, tops of your feet pressed into the ground. Our hands are going to come underneath our shoulders. Inhale, lifting your heart, baby cobra. Little to no weight in your hands. You can lift your hands up off the ground. Inhale, and exhale, release. One more time like that. Inhale, lifting up, using the strength of your back. And exhale, forehead down to the mat. Bringing your arms out wide. Your hands come underneath your elbows. You could stay high onto your fingertips. We'll inhale, lift your heart, pressing into your fingertips. Exhale, drop that right shoulder down, looking over the left. Inhale, lift your heart back up. Exhale, left shoulder drops. Inhale, coming back. Exhale, all the way down. Bringing our hands back behind us. You can interlace your fingers behind your back. Maybe keep them here. Inhale, lifting your heart, pulling your hands back. Maybe your hands lift, lifting up your toes from the ground. Inhale. And exhale, release. Forehead down. Bend your knees, feet towards the ceiling. Maybe reach back. Grab for the outside edge of your feet. If you can't reach them, that's all right. You can just stay like this, or with your legs extended. Keep your forehead down. Keep your gaze straight. We'll inhale, lift up, pressing your feet into your hands. Let your feet pressing into your hands lift up your chest. Keep your gaze towards the front edge of your mat. Kick into your hands. One more inhale. And exhale, slowly release. Hands come underneath your shoulders. Elbows pull into your ribs, pressing yourself back up onto your knees. Coming back into our tabletop, let's do one round of cat-cow, just resetting our spine. Inhale. And exhale, reverse. All right, we're going to find a supported hero's pose. So for this, we're going to need some assistance. So if you have blocks, pillows, blankets, I'll just do a blanket here. So we're going to be on our knees. Place this in between your legs, in between your shins. We're going to sit down onto it. And then if you have a pillow, grab that now, placing that back behind you. So your hips are sat between both of your heels. Already, if this is pressure, it puts pressure on your knees, find another blanket, something else to sit you up a little bit higher. And if that doesn't work, you can opt out of this altogether. So first, we're going to begin to lean back, just bringing our hands back behind us. Lift your hips up, tuck your tailbone under, and sit back down. Now this already is firing up my quads, the front of my hips. So already if you're feeling good, like you don't need to go any further, stay right here. If you would like, maybe after a couple moments or maybe already, you can slowly lower back down onto your pillow, onto your extra blanket, whatever you have. Make sure you don't allow yourself to just fall all the way down. That could be bad news for your knees. Being really mindful of all the sensations, all of the signals your body is giving you. Make sure that this is comfortable. You feel a slight stretch but no pain. You're still able to breathe. You always have the option to stay up on your elbows or stay up here. Also, if you feel extra pressure in your knees, you could allow your knees to come out a little bit wider. That might take some of the pressure off. And if not, maybe bring your knees closer together. Again, just notice your breath every time your mind begins to wander, which it will, that's alright. Notice what comes up. And then bring yourself back to your breath. Noticing where you're sending it in your body. Noticing how deep it is. Noticing the temperature. We have 3 more full, deep rounds of breath. One more. And to get out of this, if you're all the way down, you can grab your heels or your ankles, pressing your elbows into the ground. Slowly shimmy your way back up, coming back onto your hands, coming back out of it. Coming back onto your hands and knees, we'll remove the blanket, remove the pillow out of the way. Bring both of your feet out to one side and sit down, bringing your feet out in front of you. Straightening out our legs, moving that flesh out of the way. You could also sit up on a blanket to bring your hips higher than your knees. Here, maybe roll out your ankles. You could give them a little bit of a massage since they were just stretched out. And we'll flex our toes. Your knees can be bent as generously as you like. Inhale, reach your hands up. Get space and length in your spine. Inhale. And exhale, hinging from the hips. Coming forward until you can't go forward anymore. Your upper back can then round, reaching your hands to wherever they land. The mat, your ankles, your feet. Allow your head to release. If you'd like, you could grab a pillow or a block, placing your forehead on it to support your head. Just allow gravity to pull you down into this. Instead of reaching, pulling yourself, feeling that pain in your hamstrings, just rest. Using your inhales to fill up, reaching your heart towards your toes, get tall. And using your exhales to pull your belly button into your spine, maybe getting deeper, relaxing. One more. Slowly rolling back up, one vertebrae at a time. Your head is the last thing that comes up over your shoulders. Bending both of our knees, planting our feet on the ground. Make sure that you're in the center of your mat, or make sure that you can have space to lay down, whatever you're laying down on. Reaching your fingers forwards, we're going to slowly lower down onto our backs. Creating as long a spine as we can once we're there. Bringing your knees into your chest. Once you make it onto your back, rock side to side. Maybe make circles with your knees. Feel that massage on your lower back against the mat. You can bring your knees out in 2 separate directions. Feel that massage on your groin. And we're going to bring both of our feet up towards the sky, like legs up the wall. Crossing our right knee over our left. Knees are stacked. Bringing your knees close to your body. Feet come out to the opposite sides and grab what's accessible. Maybe you just grab your knees, pulling them close. Maybe walking your hands down your shins to your ankles. Maybe grabbing the outside edge of your feet. Your knees are stacked on top of each other or as close as they can get. Notice where you feel this stretch. You should be feeling it along your IT band, that outer edge of your hip. If you're feeling it somewhere else, but it still feels good, that's okay. If you're feeling it somewhere else and it feels bad, that is not okay. You're allowed to come out an inch or all the way. Find something else. 2 more rounds of breath. We'll slowly release our feet or whatever you've grabbed onto. Uncross your legs, bringing them both back up to the sky. Maybe rolling out your ankles again, getting those cracks out if you have any. And when you're ready, we're going to come to the other side. Left leg crosses on top of your right, stacking your knees, allowing your feet to come out to the sides, bending your knees, pulling those knees in close to your chest. Already I'm feeling that stretch. So you can stay here, just grabbing your knees, or again, maybe walking your hands down to wherever they grab. This side for me is a lot tighter. It's a lot more difficult to get close, and that's alright. So just notice those differences in your body as well. Show up for yourself in every way today. Meet your body exactly where it needs to be met. We have 2 more rounds of breath. Fill up. When you're ready to release, release your feet. Both legs come back up to the sky. Bend those knees, bringing your knees back in through center. Keep your knees where they are at. Your arms come out to a T. Allow your knees to fall over to the left. Your right shoulder stays on the ground. Again, you can place a pillow or a blanket or anything that you have underneath your knees if you'd like some support. And your gaze can stay up towards the sky, could look over to the left, could look over your right fingers. Maybe just experiment and see what feels best. Stay with your breath here. Using our breath to get deeper into each pose, using your inhales to get tall, create space between this right shoulder and your right hip. And use your exhales maybe to twist a little bit deeper from your core center. Two more rounds of breath. Bring your gaze back through neutral. Your knees come up back through center. Maybe staying here for a round of breath to find that coming back through center in your spine. And then allow your knees to fall over to the right. Again, keep that left shoulder on the mat, so if that means you'd like to place something underneath your knees for support, and see where it feels best for your gaze. If you'd like to look over your left fingertips, or maybe that's too intense. This side might be different from the other side. Create space for that. Two more rounds of breath on this side. Bring your gaze back through center. Inhale, lift your knees back up into the sky. Grabbing your arms around your knees. Maybe find that massage on your lower back again by bringing your knees around in circles or side to side. If you'd like, maybe finding your happy baby. Your knees come outside your ribs. Feet point towards the ceiling. Grabbing what is accessible. Ankles, big toes, or outside edge of your feet. Pull your shoulders down towards the ground. Pull your knees towards the earth. And you can find stillness. Maybe rock side to side. Maybe straighten one leg and then the other. And this is your practice. You're at home. If there is anything else that's calling to you, you can find that. Maybe pause the video now. You can find a shoulder stand, A back bend, full wheel. If you're here in Happy Baby, we have 2 more rounds of breath. And in your own time, bring your knees to your chest, hugging our arms around our shins. Maybe bring your forehead up to meet your knees. Take a deep breath in and hold the breath at the top. Squeeze yourself in a little tiny ball. Take another tiny sip of air in. And we'll exhale to release. Finding our Shavasana. Legs out long, arms out to your sides. You can make yourself as comfortable as you can be here. Find your pillow, find your blanket, find any props. Maybe place a pillow or blanket underneath your neck or head, underneath your back, underneath your knees. Take up space here. Let's take one last deep round of breath in. Breathe in through your nose. Open mouth, sigh it out. Fully melting down onto the earth. If you'd like a long Shavasana today, maybe just pause this video now, guiding yourself out when you need. Doing a full body scan from your toes, working your way all the way up through the crown of your head, making sure that you are relaxed in every muscle. And when you are ready to come out, begin to wiggle your fingers and toes softly and slowly. Feeling the movement in your palms and the bottoms of your feet. Roll out your ankles and your wrists. Feel that movement travel up your arms, your legs, your shoulders and hips. Reach your arms overhead. Point your toes. Take a deep breath, maybe deepest of the day, for a good morning stretch. And bend your knees, roll over to whichever side you'd like. Your bottom arm is your pillow, your top hand rested along the ground. And these last moments are just for you. To send yourself love and gratitude, forgiveness, acceptance. Slowly press yourself up into a comfortable seat. Place my hands in front of my heart. Maybe keep your eyes closed if you'd like. You could also keep your hands down on your knees. And I'd like to end our class with a Hawaiian word, Ho'oponopono. This word is a word that you say to yourself for love and forgiveness. So if these words resonate with you, you can repeat them back to yourself, silently or out loud. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. From my heart to yours, I am so grateful that you trusted me with this journey today. I bow forward to you all. Namaste. See you soon.